Hi and welcome to another episode of Type with Me. In this episode we will talk about BigInt, a type that will model large arbitrary integers. So we can define BigInts in two different ways. One way is this one. So we declare BigInt, then we use a function BigInt. We provide an integer to that. You'll see that he doesn't recognize that, can't find it, and that's because we need to change our target to ECMAScript. And then you will see that he recognizes BigInt. Another thing that we can do is let bar and then put the literal n after it. So these are the two ways to define BigInt, right? It's also very important to have Typescript 3.2.2. BigInts are new from the 3.2 release of Typescript. Alright, another very important thing is when we change this to number and we say that we want to have foo here, he will say that this is not possible. Type BigInt is not assignable to type number. Or when you have here BigInt and we have here a number, and we assign this to BigInt, you will see that this is also not possible, right? Some other things that are very important to know when you are using BigInt is that you can't do operations from a number with BigInt. So this one here gives an error, right? Cannot be applied to types and the BigInt, right? So what we can do then is just convert this one also to a BigInt. So this will work, and we can do the same here, and this will also work. Great. So also with type checking, you'll see that the type of foo will print out BigInt. So it's important to know that and to use it properly, right? So if you want to use BigInt, you can use BigInt within your Node.js application. We see that when we go to node.green and then we take a look at BigInt, and then you will see that from version 10.8 we have the BigInt functionality available for us. So first of all, we test which Nodes version we are on. So we are on version 11.6, so we can execute this code, right? And then of course we build our code. It's very important to check that your Typescript compiler is the latest version, or version 3.2.2 in our case. And then we can do node dot. Then you will see that he gives an error. He cannot convert a floating number into a BigInt, right? It's a bit strange that we don't get an error here, but okay. So let's remove this line. Now we can build this this code again. Now I clear my terminal and I do node dot, and you will see that he prints out the bigint, another bigint, and he says that foo is a bigint. So that's great, right? I hope you enjoyed this video, that you learned a little bit about bigint. It's a new feature within ECMAScript. So see you next time.